Why do I look like the fucking Joker with this lipstick on? There we go. It's weird because I'm looking at myself like the wrong way around than I would in a mirror. So like my lazy eye is on the wrong side, or it's only ever so slightly lazy. And now that I've mentioned it, you'll probably notice it. But, you know, anyway. Hi, hello, and welcome back to my channel. My name is EK, if you are new here, which you probably are because I've only uploaded like 5 or 6 videos. I wanted to do a kind of YouTube made me buy it video about makeup products that I have been watching makeup YouTube for 10 years now, and I have been wearing makeup like for 10 years. There was definite correlation and causation, I guess, I don't know, but basically when I started wearing makeup I also started watching makeup tutorials and reviews. At first I kind of thought that all of my like entire collection would be YouTube made me buy it, because I don't tend to buy much without checking reviews first. Did I ask? Actually, I want to know what the email is. I haven't got my glasses on. Anyway, but then I kind of recalibrated my like parameters for this video, and I figured it has to be something that I, just based off of YouTube reviews and people like having this product on YouTube, convinced me to buy it. There's definitely some products which I kind of had seen good reviews about, wasn't totally like, oh, I'm gonna go out and get them, and then when I saw them in a shop and swatched them, etc., decided, yeah, actually I do want to buy this. But this is, did I buy it solely or almost solely on the recommendation of like people I watch on YouTube. So to start with, I'm going to start with like the most recent one, which is the Urban Decay Naked Honey palette. I actually had seen this, I think I saw it in more than one kind of YouTube roundup of like best of 2019, but a YouTuber on here called Julia just did a video on like surprise favourites. So she was talking about products that she had purchased and didn't expect it to be quite as good as they ended up being. And this was one of them, and based on that and then a 30% off like sale for Mother's Day that Urban Decay in the UK were having, I was like, yeah, I'm just gonna get it. And I had never seen it, like swatched it in store or anything, because let's be honest, I never leave the fucking house. And to be honest, like, I don't think, I'm trying to just make sure you don't get blinded, it doesn't, like, just looking at a picture of it, even on camera, doesn't really do it justice. Like, I have been really impressed with how some of the shades, especially these two, like Swarm, that one's Swarm and that one's Keeper, and they look just kind of like generic browns. The top one is Keeper and the bottom one is Swarm. They've got that real like orange yellow mustard tone to them, which I didn't expect just from the pictures. Like obviously you've got the honey one, which is like that main green gold, which is like, remember when everybody's palettes were doing like neutral with a pop of blue? This is kind of that version, I guess. It's that pop of green gold, which is that one you can just see on the bottom there. But I think when you look at a picture of it or look at even swatches of it, you kind of think, oh yeah, it's fine. But like I'm wearing it on my eyes right now, and I was surprised at how vibrant some of the like neutral matte shades are. So I'm really impressed with this. I agree with Julia that it was like a surprise favourite. Having seen her review, I was still not like, oh, it's going to be the most amazing palette ever, but I would quite like it as I've gotten rid of all of my old naked palettes. But I'm really impressed with this so far, and I can understand why she likes it. And yeah, it's definitely one YouTube made me buy, but so far I am pleased that it did. There's actually going to be a couple of things, I think 2 things that Julia made me buy, so I will invoice her at the end of the month. So sticking with palettes, the next one is also something that Julia made me buy, but also Raw Beauty Christy. I had seen her review on it like earlier in the year, and that is the Lunar Beauty Strawberry Dream palette. I didn't watch, like I've only just subscribed to Manny MUA's YouTube channel, and he is obviously like the CEO, owner of Lunar Beauty. And I remember when his Life's a Drag palette came out, and I wasn't really interested in that. I seem to have missed the Goddess one, which was kind of a neutral like new, or kind of similar to the honey palette really, in that kind of golden copper nude browns tone. It is literally nothing like the honey palette, you're a fool, but whatever. Yeah, I seem to have missed that completely, but then this one, I saw Raw Beauty Christy do a review of it, and then a couple of people talked about it in their like year favourites, It smells so good. It really does smell like strawberry laces, like strawberry sweets, and that sounds like kind of a gross, overpowering, very sickly sweet smell, but for some reason it's nice. Like I don't know what they did, but they made it happen. And yeah, I'm really impressed with this palette. I've seen this obviously in Raw Beauty Christie's like full review. I think she talked about some of the lip glosses and stuff as well, and then 2 or 3 people, including Julia, had this in their like end of year favourites. So, and I had never seen it. Like, I don't know if Luna Beauty is available in stores in the US, but you can only get it online in the UK, as same with a lot of these brands. And so I'd never seen it like in store. I just was going solely off the basis of what I'd seen on YouTube, and I am pleased that I did. So the final palette is, wow, the final palette that I bought because of YouTube, and I still have, is the Anastasia Modern Renaissance palette. I remember when this came out, and then, you know, it stayed like a staple for so many people for ages and ages, and then like the Subculture palette and Prism palette, and now we've got loads of collab palettes came out, but people do still talk about this one as like a very good I guess like a holy grail palette that you would have in your collection, and really good for travelling. And again, I had never seen it. Anastasia Beverly Hills is not available in any stores in the UK, but they had a sale around Black Friday, I think. Obviously we don't have Thanksgiving in the UK, but we still kind of get the sale. And they had like a third off of Anastasia palettes. So my sister had wanted this one for a while, so I bought it for her birthday, and then because I had a little bit of money, I decided to also buy it for myself. So I bought 2 of these, and me and my sister both still have them, but neither of us had ever actually seen them in real life, as it were. And I am really pleased with this one. I do use it a lot, and I can see why people have it as like a staple. Just use it over and over again and hit pan on it. But because I'm trying to like keep using all my different palettes, and I have, since I bought this, I have bought more palettes, it kind of like became less of a priority, if that makes sense. Like, I'm really bad for just always going for the new shiny things in my collection, so I'm trying, like, that's part of the point of having a YouTube channel, is making like a concerted effort to use things that I already have rather than just wanting to buy stuff all the time. So I want to use this more. I do really like the cool tones in it. Like, when you look at it, it kind of, the pinks and the red ochre colour, this one, really make it look like a warm toned palette. But then you've got like the it's Buon Fresco, I think it's pronounced, and a couple of the other ones on the top, you can like make quite a cool toned look out of it, and so I really like that for spring. I hate the feeling of it. I hate the feeling of velvet, and the idea, like, I've seen pictures of people with their like very well used, well loved Anastasia palettes, and they make me feel physically sick because it's like all that dirty velvet. So I keep mine and my other 2 ABH palettes get kept in their packaging, and that will remain the same. The next item is the L'Oreal Lash Paradise. This one is in waterproof, but I think I do actually have the non-waterproof version, or maybe I chucked it. It makes sense that I would have chucked it, but I bought that one first, and I really liked it. I still really like it, but the only problem is that it did transfer like onto underneath my eyes, so I got the waterproof one, and I probably will repurchase this, although I am looking at the, is it the Bambi Eyes one from L'Oreal? I had their roller, or I have, I'm wearing it today, their roller, no, it's not roller lash, it's like the dupe for roller lash from Benefits, the Miss Baby Roll Mega Volume Waterproof, and that's what I'm wearing today, but it's pretty much like an end. So this one, like, everyone was going crazy about it and talking about it in relation to the Better Than Sex mascara from Too Faced, and I believe that out of all of the makeup products, mascara is one of the ones you can skimp on. Like, there are so many amazing lower priced mascaras out there. Like, I just don't see the point in spending over like 10 or 12 pounds on a mascara, especially since out of all of them, they are one that you really should be chucking away after so many months, because obviously it can cause problems, you know, with your eye rather than just with your skin. Not that your skin is like any less important than you know what I mean, you know what I mean. Right, this one I did see in person before I bought it, but I knew I was going to buy it, like, before I'd ever seen it, and that is the Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer. I have it in 6676 bronzer. I presume 6676 is like the shade name, because I'm sure these do come in different shades. But basically, excuse the packaging because it's bit rubbish and broken. I got this from Canada. You can now get Physicians Formula in Boots, not their whole range, like the collabs and the big palettes that they've come out with in recent years. I don't think we get, but like the core products are available, so I will repurchase this from Boots when I'm done. I do like it. I'm really pleased with it. The only other bronzer that I own, no, I have two other bronzers. Like the main bronzers that I use are this one and then a mini of the Benefit Hoola bronzer, which I do really like. I think they have a really similar tone, like that kind of, I mean, it is kind of warm as opposed to neutral, so I use it as like a bronzer slash contour because I don't really like fuck with contouring at all. So this does the job for me, and it's cheaper than the Benefit one. Like I'll definitely repurchase the Benefit one, and it smells good. It kind of reminds me of the Strawberry Dream scent in that kind of sweet manufactured synthetic thing. Anyway, I'm just huffing that. Right, what's next? Oh, okay, this is one that you may remember. I'm not sure if it's still that popular anymore. I don't even know if they make some of these things anymore, but the L'Oreal Infallible 24-Hour Matte Powder. I bought this because Jaclyn Hill used it, and I mean, I don't think there's anyone on YouTube that hasn't bought something because of that woman. But yeah, I bought this because she used to use it to set her foundation like every single time. And I did use it for a while, and it is okay, but I now have the Rimmel Stay Matte, I think it is, powder. I also have a MAC powder foundation, which is like a lot more like fuller coverage. I have a Revlon Photo Ready one, which is probably a bit out of date. And what's the other one I have? Oh, a NYX one, the NYX Stay Matte Not Flat, which I got from B&M. I don't know if this is still available, but it was really cheap because it was from B&M. It was like £4 or £5. So these are kind of similar though, in that they are both quite powdery. Obviously they're a powder. They both kind of feel a little bit chalky, if that makes sense, whereas like the MAC Studio Fix feels a little bit more buttery, I would say. Another powder is the loose powder from Rimmel, the Match Perfection Silky Loose Face Powder. I do like this product, the Match Perfection powder, but I don't really set my face. Like I don't bake, I don't set my face with like huge amounts of translucent powder, but it is kind of nice to have the option there. And what I do want to try and do is the trick where you like set your primer with loose powder. I know Jackie Aina does that, but she also used like the L'Oreal Mercier, you know what I mean, the Laura Mercier powder, so I don't know if that would still work as well. Okay, the last one I don't have anymore. Did I give it to my sister? I was going to give it to my sister. I don't remember if I actually did. I may have just chucked it away, but it was the MAC Studio Fix Concealer in like a tiny little glass bottle, and it was like a pump, and that was another one that Jaclyn Hill convinced me to buy. I didn't really know why I trusted her recommendations based on her skin, because she has really dry skin and I have really oily skin, but I found that concealer super drying. It was so thick and like full coverage. I just found it was super dry and obvious and like crepe paper-y. And I barely ever used it. It was like a complete waste of money, and I think it was about 16 to £20. I think that is it. I have been like encouraged to buy something from YouTube in terms of like, you know, I'd seen some good reviews, but I didn't get it until it was on sale or until I'd seen it in real life. And then there's definitely some things where I've gone because YouTube has shown me these things, like demonstrated them, and you know, given them a more thorough demonstration than just you just see on like a picture. So like the Fenty Beauty glosses, like today I'm wearing the Fenty Beauty Iridescent Lip, oh my god, this is the tiniest ring, Iridescent Lip Luminizer in Vaycray, which was from the Summer Nights collection, which is like the, I think it was the first summer like collection they did. So it had the really vibrant highlighted duos of like the pink and the orange and the blue and the purple, and I got the blue and purple one, and then I got the trio of lip glosses that I don't wear nearly enough, but I thought today I've got like this kind of orange bronzy golden thing going on, so I wanted like the pink. It's like a rose gold peach shift. I really like this, so I guess you could maybe say that like YouTube encouraged me to get them, and like all the hype around Fenty definitely encouraged me to go to the Fenty stand, but it was definitely like the products being good that made me buy them. Like I won't buy something just because of the hype, like I have to want to buy it as well, but then sometimes the hype will make you think you want to buy it, if that makes sense. Thank you very much for watching. If you got this far, have a lovely day, stay safe out there, you know, there are a lot of people out in their gardens at the moment, and I know you're allowed out in your garden, but they've never been out in their gardens this much before. Like, I'm seeing a lot of people on Facebook and Instagram going for walks, and I think you never went for walks before this. You just stayed at home playing Fortnite, and now all of a sudden you're going to be walking the Brecon Beacons. It's a joke. Right, thank you very much, have a good day, and no, that's it, isn't it? Thank you. It was how when I saw Robbie's creased. Oh my god, Creasty? Who the fuck is Creasty?